Alrighty, going in present mode. Alrighty, so today we are going to talk about ethics and cybersecurity and protecting citizens from hackers. So first we're going to talk about the growing threat of cyber attacks. We're going to talk about 3 key points in this. The first being the Yahoo breach, which affected 500 million accounts. In 2014, Yahoo suffered one of the largest data breaches in history, and it exposed a plethora of personal data. I'm talking finances, I'm talking personal information, anything. The breach wasn't disclosed until 2016, which raised a lot of ethical concerns about transparency as well as consumer protection. State-sponsored hackers targeting government and corporations. So nation-state actors from a multitude of other countries, Russia, China, North Korea, etc., repeatedly target U.S. government agencies and corporations. Incidents like the 2020 SolarWinds attack, compromising networks, and exposing weaknesses in preparedness. So these attacks happen, and it shows the weakness that America has when it comes to these attacks, and we're not prepared for them. The rise of corporate espionage and identity theft. Companies like Equifax have faced backlash for security failures that exposed financial information, which contributed to a rise in identity theft and a higher need for stronger security measures, as well as better corporate responsibility. On the left-hand bottom side, you see the graphic that says cybercrime expected to skyrocket, an estimated annual cost of cybercrime worldwide in trillion US dollars. That's a lot of money. In 2028, it jumps up to 13.82, whereas in 2025 right now, we are at 10.29. So that's a whole lot of money for something that we can potentially avoid. Ethical responsibilities of government corporations. So governments must protect personal data by enacting and enforcing data protection laws, investing in cybersecurity, and ensuring transparency when dealing with a breach. Failure to do this only leads to lack of trust and leaves individuals vulnerable to online fraud, and things like identity theft. Yahoo breach. The 2017 Equifax breach showcases what government and corporate failures look like in cybersecurity. A lack of software updates led to the exposure of millions of Americans' personal data, just like what happened with Yahoo. Equifax delayed disclosure, which raised ethical concerns regarding the firm. So once again, we're seeing this trend that was similar to Yahoo, and how can we avoid this? On the left-hand side, we have another graphic, and it says cybersecurity ethics principles. And it's one of those tree graphs where it has beneficence, justice, autonomy, explicability. And, in justice, you have democracy, free speech, avoiding bias, procedural fairness, things like that. And all of these things are important when it comes to ethics within cybersecurity. The next one. Case studies in ethical controversies. We're talking WikiLeaks in 2006, where it released classified US documents, including a multitude of different things, sparking debates on the right to know versus security risks. We're talking things like war logs, etc. Things are important to the US politics, government. Supporters argue that transparency helps promote accountability, while the critics say it endangers lives and national security. Edward Snowden, in 2013, leaked NSA documents revealing mass surveillance programs and ignited the conversations about privacy versus security. So once again, you have this conversation about privacy and security. Supporters see him as a whistleblower for civil rights, while critics thinks his leaks jeopardized, once again, national security. Foreign state hacking. Countries have engaged in cyber attacks, raising concerns regarding national security and the ethics surrounding espionage. The attacks highlight the tension between government surveillance for protection as well as privacy violations. You can really see this trend of privacy versus lack of security. The ethical dilemma for these comes in due to technology advancing. The balance between securing national interests and respecting the privacy of individuals becomes complex. And on the left-hand side, you can see the top 15 notable cyber attacks and data breaches. You have the NASA hack, you have the Yahoo attack, you have Equifax, you have the Colonial Pipeline, Microsoft Outlook, all of these things throughout the years that were big things. Now we're looking at corporate versus government ethical responsibility. So government responsibility enacts cybersecurity policies to protect national security and critical infrastructure. Governments need to do this so that they are protected and there isn't this conversation between privacy versus security. And the private industry role. Companies must ensure data protection and ethical AI use, focusing on secure data management and avoiding AI biases. It's a hard thing, but it can be done. Predictive analytics and ethics. While predictive analytics can detect cyber threats, it raises concerns about surveillance and privacy violations. The ethical dilemma occurs because balancing national security, data protection, and individual privacy is crucial for governments and private sectors to continue on and keep our country safe, but also avoid this potential trend that we saw on the first slide where the cyber attacks keep going up and the money that we are spending to protect us and fix what was done goes up as well. Cybersecurity challenges and solutions. Is it enough? So challenges. This is cyber criminals outpacing security. So sophisticated tactics like ransomware and phishing are advancing faster than security measures. I know so many of us probably get emails and it's like, beware of phishing, beware of this. We get texts and it advances faster than we can block them, faster than we can stop them from doing it. Weak global cyber laws. Fragmented international laws fail to address cross-border cyber threats effectively. Corporate profit versus security. So companies often prioritize the profit they can make over the security. It leads to vulnerabilities as seen in the Equifax breach. What are the solutions? Stronger policies. We can implement unified global cybersecurity laws throughout the world. And ethical AI security. Leverage AI so it can help with threat detection while ensuring ethical use. We know AI isn't perfect. We know it has its flaws, and we know it can be used in bad ways. So we need to make sure it's being used ethical, but it can be used as a tool as well. Corporate accountability. Shift corporate focus to prioritize long-term security. As opposed to the profit, we are focusing on the long-term security, which will also gain profits. Then my concluding statements. Government responsibility. Governments must enact transparent yet strong cybersecurity policies and international laws to combat the ever-evolving cyber threats and protect the people. Cyber attacks aren't going anywhere. Technology isn't going anywhere. It's time we get with the program and we move and we're one step ahead. Corporate accountability. Corporations must prioritize cybersecurity, integrating ethical AI to enhance threat detection, protect user data, and adopt security-first practices. Ethical AI and predictive analytics. Ethical AI can revolutionize threat detection and prevention. It, however, like I said, has to be used responsibly to avoid the violations regarding privacy and ensure fairness for everyone. And a shared duty. Both sectors must collaborate to create this secure digital environment that is inevitable, ensuring that transparency, accountability, and ethical practices form the foundation of these cybersecurity strategies. So everyone has to come together. It doesn't work if we are separate entities. We must come together to counteract the things that may happen. And to do that, we have to enact all of these things so we can get to that place. The last thing I want to end with is this 4 steps to keep you cyber safe. So for yourself out there, this is from the CISA Gov. Turn on multi-factor authentication. I know for work, to log into places, I have to have multi-factor authentication where I get a text from my phone. Use it. Update your software. I was terrible about updating my phone. It's such an easy thing you can do. It takes maybe 5-10 minutes. Do it. Think before you click. Phishing emails. Don't click links. If you are unsure, just don't click the link. And use strong passwords. On your phones, we get the use strong password or create your own. I'm not saying use the random letters, numbers combo, but make sure you're using the capital, you're using the numbers, you're using the special thing. Make sure you're not using your birthday. Things like that can keep you safe, and is a step to protecting yourself. And then these are my references. Thank you so much.